When a woman hugs you first, your nervous system feels it before your mind understands it. That moment is not random, and it is rarely innocent. I'm speaking to you as a psychologist and as a woman who knows how intention leaks through touch. Men are taught to overanalyze words and underread behavior, and this is where most of you get played. A hug initiated by her is a decision, not a reflex. Her body moved toward you before she asked permission from logic or fear. That tells you something important about emotional safety and desire. Women initiate touch when the internal scales tip from curiosity into comfort. It means you are not a threat and you are not neutral. In her psychology, neutral men are invisible. When she hugs you first, she is collapsing distance on purpose. That is her nervous system saying, I trust you close. Most men ruin this moment by either freezing or turning it sexual too fast. Both reactions signal emotional immaturity, not strength. What she is actually testing is your ability to stay grounded under intimacy. A man who can receive warmth without grasping earns more of it. From a psychological perspective, her initiating a hug is a bid for emotional synchrony. She wants to see if your energy matches the calm she is offering. If you tense, rush, or pull away emotionally, her body remembers that. Women may forgive words, but the body never forgets sensations. So understand this quietly. The hug is communication. It is her saying, I'm opening a door. Don't slam it. And if you're wondering whether it means attraction, the honest answer is layered. It can signal interest, but more precisely, it signals openness. Attraction without safety does not reach forward. It stays guarded. Safety is the gate, and desire walks through it. This is why emotionally intelligent men slow their breathing and soften their posture. They allow the hug to finish before deciding what it means. In that pause, her subconscious is collecting data about you. Confidence is not escalation, it is containment. As a woman, I can tell you that nothing feels safer than a man who doesn't rush. When she hugs you first, she is briefly placing herself in your frame. How you hold that frame decides whether she leans in again or pulls back later. This is subtle, powerful, and rarely explained to men. You don't need to do anything impressive. You need to do something rare. Stay present, stay calm, and let the moment breathe. That alone separates you from most men she has hugged before. And remember, the message is not in the hug itself, but in how you receive it. Men who feel worthy don't cling. They allow connection to unfold. That mindset changes how women experience you at a biological level. She may never explain this to you, but her body will respond accordingly. Pay attention, because moments like this are where attraction is decided. Miss it, and you stay a friend. Understand it, and you become the man she feels safe choosing without needing to ask permission. Now understand this deeper layer most men never see. When she hugs you first, she is not just expressing comfort, she is checking regulation. Women are biologically wired to read emotional stability through physical proximity. In that brief contact, her nervous system scans yours for steadiness or hunger. Hunger repels, steadiness attracts. This is why desperate men feel invisible even when they are kind. A hug is where her subconscious asks, can this man hold space without taking from me? If your chest tightens, if your thoughts race, if your ego inflates, she feels it instantly. Women don't need explanations. They feel shifts in tone, breath, and muscle tension. When you stay relaxed, something powerful happens inside her. Her brain releases oxytocin without triggering cortisol. That chemical combination creates attachment without fear. Most men accidentally spike fear by trying to lock in the moment. They squeeze too long, joke nervously, or immediately change their behavior after. All of that tells her you needed the hug more than you appreciated it. From a psychological angle, neediness is not about wanting connection. It is about seeking validation, and validation-seeking collapses attraction faster than rejection ever could. A grounded man receives affection as confirmation, not as rescue. That difference is felt instantly. This is why some men get hugged once and never again, and others seem to naturally receive warmth without asking. Women repeat what feels emotionally safe. If she hugs you first and later pulls back, it's not confusion. It's data. Something in your response told her to protect herself. As a woman, I can tell you that we don't always know why we retreat. We just know the feeling changed, and feelings always come first. The hug was her stepping into vulnerability for a second. If you pass that test quietly, she will create another opportunity. If you failed it, she will rewrite the interaction in her mind to feel neutral. This is suggestibility at work. The body updates the story the mind tells. So the real skill here is emotional containment. You don't escalate, you don't retreat, you stay centered. Masculine presence is not force, it is calm gravity. That is what her body is drawn toward. When she initiates touch, she is exploring alignment. Alignment of pace, energy, and intention. If you match her pace instead of overriding it, trust builds silently. And trust is the currency of desire. Men chase attraction. Women respond to safety that feels exciting. Those two meet only when the man is not trying to control the outcome. This is why confident men seem lucky with women. They are not lucky. They are regulated. They don't cling to moments. They let moments return. When you understand this, hugs stop being confusing signals. They become information. And information, when read correctly, puts you ahead of 90% of men she interacts with. Here's the part that most men resist hearing because it forces responsibility inward. When she hugs you first, she is momentarily stepping into your emotional lead. Women don't follow words, they follow states. In that instant, she is asking a silent question. Can I relax here, or do I need to stay alert? Her body will answer before her mind ever does. If you understand female psychology, you know attraction grows where vigilance fades. A hug initiated by her is a micro-surrender. Not a promise, not a confession, but a soft release of guard. What you do with that determines your trajectory with her. Men who try to read the hug miss the point. She is reading you. She's reading how you hold tension, how you release it, how quickly you return to yourself afterward. If you linger emotionally, if your tone changes, if you become overly attentive, her system flags imbalance. Women are exquisitely sensitive to shifts in male behavior after intimacy. Consistency is safety. Sudden intensity feels like pressure. This is why some men swear a woman changed for no reason. She didn't. She responded to a subtle loss of polarity. As a psychologist, I'll tell you something most dating advice avoids. Attraction doesn't grow when you gain something. It grows when you remain whole after receiving it. When she hugs you first and you stay the same man afterward, curiosity deepens. When you start performing, she starts withdrawing. The hug was not an invitation to accelerate. It was an invitation to observe, to see if you can stay emotionally self-contained while allowing closeness. This is advanced masculinity, and it is rare. Men are taught to escalate or retreat, not to hold steady. But holding steady is what makes women feel safe enough to come closer again. From her perspective, the ideal man doesn't chase the moment. He integrates it. He lets it exist without needing to define it. That non-attachment feels powerful to a woman's nervous system. It tells her you are not ruled by impulse or fear of loss. That alone elevates you above men who constantly seek reassurance. Another truth most men miss is timing. If she hugs you first, she chose that moment deliberately. Women are far more intentional with touch than men realize. She waited until her internal resistance dropped low enough to move. If you later bring it up, analyze it, or joke about it, you expose insecurity. Confidence is silent recognition. You don't need to name what she already felt. Let her subconscious lead. Women fall toward men who trust the process of connection. When you rush to define it, you collapse mystery. And mystery is oxygen for attraction. So if you want to understand the message behind the hug, stop asking what it means about her. Ask what it revealed about you. Did you stay calm? Did you remain grounded? Did you let it pass without needing more? Those answers predict whether she will initiate again. Because women don't pursue men who need chasing. They move toward men who feel like emotional ground. Now, let me give you the truth that changes how you move with women permanently. When she hugs you first, she is not giving you certainty. She is offering you a direction. Men who understand psychology don't chase certainty. They align with direction and let consistency do the rest. A woman's attraction grows through repeated moments of emotional safety paired with subtle excitement. That hug was one of those moments. If you treat it like proof, you lose. If you treat it like information, you win. From a female psychological lens, the man who stands out is the one who doesn't rush to claim meaning. He allows meaning to accumulate. Women feel safest with men who trust themselves enough not to seek immediate answers. That calm patience is interpreted as strength, and strength, when it's quiet, is deeply magnetic. Most men fail here because they want clarity to soothe their anxiety. But clarity too early kills polarity. Attraction needs space to breathe. When she hugs you first and you continue leading your life with purpose, humor, and emotional steadiness, her interest either deepens naturally or fades cleanly. Both outcomes protect your self-respect. That is real confidence. You don't manipulate, you don't pressure, and you don't overinvest. You observe patterns. One hug is a signal. Repeated initiation is confirmation. Men who confuse the two end up confused themselves. As a woman, I can tell you this. We feel relief around men who don't emotionally grab onto us. It allows us to move closer without fear of being consumed. Your job is not to interpret every sign. Your job is to remain attractive by being regulated, grounded, and self-directed. That is what makes a woman feel safe choosing you again. If she hugs you first today and does it again later, that's not accidental. That's her nervous system remembering you as a place of ease. And ease is addictive. If she doesn't repeat it, you don't chase the feeling. You respect the information and stay aligned with your standards. Men who grow powerful in dating are not reactive. They are responsive. They don't attach to moments. They build presence. Presence is what women bond to, not gestures. So the next time a woman hugs you first, don't analyze her. Check yourself. Are you calm without trying? Are you confident without proving? Are you content without needing more? Those internal states decide your outcomes far more than her behavior ever will. This is the difference between men who feel chosen and men who feel confused. And once you embody this, women start initiating more than just hugs. They initiate conversation, time, and emotional investment. Not because you asked, but because your energy invited it. That is the message most men miss. Before you go, answer this honestly in the comments. When she hugged you first, did you stay grounded or did you attach meaning too fast? That equation, presence over need, determines everything. If this helped you see women more clearly, like the video, subscribe for deeper psychology, and share this with a friend who keeps missing the signs he was never taught to read.